Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Samriah, a 5th semester student from English Education Class B 2019, and I want to explain the origins of ESP material to a process to course design from the English for specific purpose course taught by Mr. Adisma. The first material from ESP is the origin of ESP, and the origin of ESP have 3 points. And the first point is the demand of a brave new world. This happened because of the activity of exchanging goods and services after the World War. English is the key to the circulation of technology in international trade. Number 2, a revolution in linguistics. Traditionally, the aim of linguistics is to describe the rules of use English, namely grammar. The language in which we speak and write will vary and in a number of different ways from one context to another. Number 3, focus on the learning. Students have different needs and interests which will have an important influence on their motivation to learn a language and its effective so that they learn fast and better. And the next material is the development of ESP. The development of ESP have 5 points, and the first point is the concept of special language register analysis. It is focused on lexical grammar, where lexical grammar in ESP is higher than general English. Number 2, beyond the scan, rhetorical or discourse analysis. In the second stage, attention is shifted to the level above the sentence, such as ESP is closer to the emerging field of discourse or rhetorical analysis. Number 3, target situation analysis. The target situation is a situation where the learner will use the language they are learning. Number 4, skill and strategies. It takes skill and strategies to understand a text, not just think about the language itself, while the strategy used it to estimate the meaning of word in a sentence context as a whole. Number 5, a learner-centered approach. Everything that has been described is based on the description of language use. In the skill and strategy stage, the focus is on what people to do with language. The next material is language description. Language description is various ideas about language that influence ESP. We can identify with 6 points of this development. The first point is classical or traditional grammar. The depiction of English with other language is based on the grammar of the classical language, namely Greek and Latin. This description is based on an analysis of the roles played by each word in the sentence. Number 2, structural linguistics. Describe the terms from syntagmatic language word, the grammar of which carries the main proposition. Number 3, transformational generative grammar. Chomsky stated that there are problems that arise from language because language is still being analyzed and described in isolation from the human mind that produce it. This is seen as reflection of pattern of human thought. Number 4, language variation and register analysis. The concept of different language provide a level of ESP type based on register analysis. If language variety is based on context, then the possibility is to recognize it based on the type of language associated with a specific context, such as in an area of knowledge. Number 5. Functional or notional grammar. A functional concerns social behavior and represent the purpose of the speaker or reader, while notion, the right word equivalent, can be achieved since notion and function represent categories of human thought and social behavior. They are not too different from language. Number 6. Discourse, a rhetorical analysis. The context of the sentence is also important to from the meaning. The meaning in a sentence can be the same but different context. The next material is theory of learning. Theory of learning have 6 points, and the first point is behaviorism, learning as habit formation. Learning is a mechanical process of habit formation and result by means of repeat reinforcement of a stimulus responses sequence. Number 2, mentalism, thinking as a rule governor activity. Mentalism sees children as human beings who have their own creativity. Cognitive code, learning as thinking beings. Students will learn when they are actively thinking about what they are learning. Number 4, the affective factor, learning as emotional beings. Emotional reaction to learning experience are the basic foundation for the initiation of cognitive process. Number 5, learning and acquisition. Learning is seen as conscious process where provision takes place unconsciously. This is a reflection for second language learner, but the process and the ESP course that will be beneficial for both. Number 6, a model for learning. A learning model will provide a practical resource or reference with learning. The need to acquire knowledge is a factor of necessity, but just as it not more important is the need to actually enjoy the process of proficiency. And the next material is a need analysis. Need analysis have 4 points, and the first point is what are the target needs. The target needs like necessity, lacks, and wants. Number 2, gathering information about target needs. There are several ways in which information can be collected. The most commonly used methods are questionnaire, interview, research, the data college, information consultation with sponsor. Number 3, learning needs. Analysis of the target situation can determine the destination, can also act as a compass on the way to provide general direction. For example, we must choose the appropriate route. Number 4, analyzing learning needs. Have some question like why do students take course, how the student learn, what the resources are available, who are the student, where will the ESP course take place, and the last material is approach of the course design. Approach of the course design have three points, and the first point is language-centered course design. Aims to illustrate a direct relationship between the target situation analysis and the content of the SP course, but this has several drawbacks. A. Starting from student and their needs. B. Process-oriented language can also be criticized for static and inflexible producer. C. One of the interesting features of this model is that it is systematic. The language-oriented model does not give recognition to the factor that must necessarily play a role in creating some courses. E. Language-oriented analysis of target situation data at surface level. Number 2. A skill-centered course design. Format into basic principles, namely A. The basic theoretical hypothesis underscores that some language habits are specific skills and strategies. B. The pragmatic basis is derived from the distinction made by Widowson 1921 between the original purpose of the course and the original process of the course. Number 3. A learning-centered approach. Learning is seen as process in which learners use their existing knowledge or skill to make sense of the flow of new information, and has two implication for a learner-oriented approach. Course design is a negotiation process. Course design is a dynamic process. The need analysis suggests that ESP learning need English in order to be able to read text in their subject specialization. I think it's all from my explanation. Thank you.